I finally reached the point where the canoe is done. It's been a long time. Started way back in I think December, January time frame, and I predicted it would take this long, up through the May, June time frame. So just finished it just in time for my trip on Friday. Going to be taking it on a 5-night, 6-day trip, maybe shorter if conditions, meaning Mother Nature supports. However, it's going to be a pretty rigorous trip with a couple 2-mile portages where I'm going to have to carry the canoe overhead. So my intention with this build was to build it as lightweight as possible. I went a little thinner on the gunnels and kind of went thinner on some materials and used less materials in order to keep that weight management in mind. So it started by sourcing wood all the way from a gentleman in Brunswick, Maine, where then I ripped those strips down on my table saw and routed them with my built router. Built the forms, shaped the canoe, glued each strip, stapled each strip, sanded, epoxied, and then varnished and built the gunnels and built the decks and the seats. It's all hand built with the exception of the webbing material that I bought for the seats and the metal hardware to hold the seats and the carrying yoke in place. So the carrying yoke is maple. It's hardwood maple, and the seats are made out of ash, which is also some lumber that I sourced from a gentleman in Gray, Maine. So the ash wood is the canoe decks, which is the ends of the canoe on the top side decks, the seating, and the gunnels. The rest of the canoe is eastern yellow cedar, or some eastern white cedar, I suppose. So 3 different wood species to complete this canoe. And the epoxy products that I use were U.S. composites. It's a very affordable option, and being my first canoe build, I wanted to go with something affordable, just due to my experience level. I may upgrade on future projects with some other products, but I'm not sure I need to. I'm pretty happy with the product. It applied very nicely and easily and covered real well. And the canoe at this point appears to be very strong and durable. So yeah, I may just go with US composites again. I have no user experience with this canoe yet, so we'll see. It's going to take some bangs, and it's going to show some battle scars after this next trip in the Allagash region, but a lot will be determined with the analysis after that trip. It's going to take some scrapes, and with a wooden canoe, the bottom of the canoe is going to show some wear. It's just the way it is. So, but I expect that to happen. And then, but with a wood canoe, you get it back from a trip like that, you put it back on the saddles and you sand it down, and then you just apply some more varnish and you should be all set. Just as long as it doesn't gouge through the fiberglass or whatever. So it's been a long process, a fun process, and I appreciate all of you for watching as long as you have, from episode 1 or part 1 all the way up through this part, which is part 13 and the final video of this canoe build. I really appreciate you taking the time, all the comments, questions, all the likes. It means a lot, really. I mean, I've had fun. I just wanted to share this process because it's new to me, and I'm sure it's new to a lot of you. There are a lot of experienced builders out there that I reached out to during this process just to learn a little bit more about some of the steps that I was taking and maybe some of the mistakes to overcome, and very helpful. It's been a great learning experience, and now that I've learned how to at least get through this project, I hope to in the future build one with my son Camden. I needed to get through one on my own first before we do it together, just so I have more of an understanding. So, and then basically with every boat, every vessel it requires a name. So I had to give this some careful thought. I have three very important immediate women in my life. My wife, my oldest daughter Bella, and my youngest daughter Olivia. But I've decided, based on my, talked it over with my wife and everything. So my oldest daughter, her name is Isabella Cloutier, so her middle name is Christina. This vessel is going to be named the Bella Christina. What do you think of that, huh? So anyway, first canoe, Bella Christina. I guess to complement the other two, I got to build two more. So maybe I'll just do that. So anyway, that's an exciting moment for me to share with all of you, is that the boat vessel, the canoe name is the Bella Christina, named after my oldest daughter. So special moment for me. Anyway, I guess that's it for now, and I got to get cracking on building two more. Again, thanks for watching, and again, this trip that I'm going on Friday, I'm going to be filming as much of that as possible. So if you'd like to see how this canoe performs and how, well, to see it in action, then, subscribe, and then hit that bell right next to that subscribe button on YouTube there to receive the notifications when I actually release the footage for that trip. It should be a really scenic and rigorous trip that I hope to capture it all. So hopefully I can do that. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed all of it. Take care.